To find out more about your healthcare options, call 855-58-LIBERTY, 855-58-LIBERTY, or go to libertyhealthshare.org/Wayne Root, libertyhealthshare.org/Wayne Root.
The man who rammed his car into two police officers at a barricade outside the Capitol, killing one of them before he was shot to death, had been suffering from delusions, paranoia, and suicidal thoughts. Video of the attack on Friday shows the driver emerging from the crashed car with a knife in his hand and starting to run at the pair of officers. Police shot the suspect.
Good morning, everyone.
Noah Green, who died at the hospital. Investigators are increasingly focused on Green's mental health as they work to identify any motive for the attack. Posting online, Green described being under government thought control and said he was being watched. Reverend Pat Mahoney witnessed the attack.
It appeared to be 3 shots, and I saw people running the opposite way. It was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. There was just Constitution completely lined with armed National Guard members in face masks and automatic weapons.
You're listening to USA Radio News.
You've heard me talking about My Pillow for 3 years, folks. It's the truth. I get the best sleep of my life with a My Pillow. You can do it too.
Good morning, Scott.
Money back guarantee, 10-year warranty, made in the USA. You'll sleep well, or you'll get your money back. Go to mypillow.com. Click on
Good
the
morning,
list
Dave.
for special
Dave
use My
Forbes.
Pillow
Good
code
morning.
USA. Get 2 My Pillow premium pillows for the price of one, or call 1-800-951-8175.
Tell Scott I was listening to
Get the best sleep of your
Charlie
life.
News,
Do it
Jesus
now.
died for you
The
this morning.
United States is setting new daily
My father,
records for
Don,
COVID
was listening
vaccines
to,
administered,
We both
while
were.
new data
Yeah,
may begin to
Jesus
change
Died
public
for
health
You by Charlie
recommendations
Daniels
for
this
fully
morning.
Vaccinated people. USA Radio Networks. Dan
In
Morocco.
celebration of
The
Easter.
United States has set another new record
In
for
celebration
of
those
Easter.
vaccinations, administering more than
Scott
4
Tate
million shots on
on
Friday.
VHS
That also brought the
from the
7-day average
700
to more
Club.
than 3 million shots administered per day. The CDC says that more than 59 million Americans have now been fully vaccinated against the virus.
But
Dr. Anthony Fauci says that
but then the guy said Charlie Daniels be coming back, and he never did.
transmit the virus and infect it, and may no longer
That's
need to
not
wear
what Scott
masks.
remembers
The White
that.
House's chief medical advisor tells Fox News that he still recommends
I think
that
you can
those
hear
who
you
are
'cause I turned it down a
vaccinated
little
keep
bit.
masking up as a
Oh, really?
precaution
Yeah.
until there's definitive data available.
But there is studies that are coming online now that are going to definitively prove that. And that's the reason why we say when that happens, we'll pull back on the recommendation of saying people who are vaccinated should continue to wear masks. It's very likely that they're not infected. But just to be sure and just to be cautious, we want to be conservative on the side of saying, wait till we get data where we can definitively prove that.
From the USA Radio News Ohio Bureau, I'm Dan Naraki.
Rapper DMX has been hospitalized in New York after a medical emergency, according to his representatives. TMZ reported he suffered a drug overdose that triggered a heart attack at his home on Friday. For USA Radio News, I'm Wendy King.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVVF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
Come on, there we go.
Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news.
You're a red mic.
News here on AM 1530
That goes up.
Hey, Joey, what's happening?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Middleboro in Review. Today is Easter Sunday. Happy Easter to everyone. On this very cold and sunny Sunday morning, it is Easter today, the 4th of April, the first Sunday in April, which means Red Sox have returned to play. So we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show today. We have a lot going on. The Middleboro Elks has donated to the Sacred Heart Food Pantry. We're going to talk a little bit about that this morning. The American Legion has honored a Middleboro veteran. We're going to talk about that as well this morning. We'll talk about schools reopening in the town of Middleboro, reopening fully. We're going to talk a little bit about that. The other thing that I'm going to talk about, if we have time, a little bit about the Amtrak as well. There is talk about expansion in the Northeast due to the money that was given to Amtrak from the new infrastructure bill that was, I'm not sure if it was signed into law, but it was thought of by Joe Biden. So we'll talk a little bit about that this morning. And there's some other things as well to talk about this morning. We'll talk about blood drives coming up in the town of Halifax as well. We've been talking about that the past couple of weeks, so we'll continue to. There is one this upcoming Friday that we're going to mention. But first, let us talk about weather. So in Middleboro, it's 24 degrees currently, with a high of 60. So it will get up to 60 degrees. But right now it's 24. That's quite the temperature jump, don't you think? Dawn, good morning.
Yes, it's been chilly. Since actually the last few days it's been chilly. In the morning, it's been actually pretty cold. So even though we're in April, we still got some, a little winter feeling time.
24. That is quite the.
It's cold.
That's quite the jump. I would say 24 to 60 will be quite the jump this morning.
Well,
35 degrees.
Maybe it's getting out of its padded. It's been a little windy out there, and it's been
It has
chilly in
been
the morning.
extremely windy. It's been cold. It's been windy this morning. A little windy this morning. But
I guess March didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
It's over.
But it's been windy. So hopefully we're breaking out of that soon. Hopefully that is coming to an end. In Taunton, 27 degrees, 60 for the high. So it is warmer here in Taunton. Maybe a little bit less wind in Taunton, Massachusetts. In Driscoll, Texas, 63 currently. A high of 81 today. So it's going to be a beautiful day in Texas, in Driscoll, Texas. In Driscoll, North Dakota, 36 degrees currently for the high, 71 for the high, 71 for the high, 36 right now currently. Sorry for that mix-up there. Driscoll, North Dakota weather this morning. All right, so let's start off with talking about a couple of blood drives that are coming up in Halifax. Now, in February, we talked about blood drives in the town of Halifax. You heard it on my show. You heard it on the Morning Wake Up News. And there are more blood drives in Halifax that I have found that will be coming up and have been scheduled for the year of 2021. There are more than one, but the quickest one coming up, the most recent one, will be Friday, April 9th, which is this upcoming Friday. It will be from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And it will be at the Halifax Town Hall at 499 Plymouth Street. So, if you are able to give blood in or around the area of Halifax, please give blood, because it is a very important time to give blood. Of course, coronavirus is still a big issue, and also there are other issues as well that require blood to be given. So blood drives are still a big need in communities like Halifax, Middleboro, and Taunton. So please, if you're able to give blood, please do so. April 9th, 9 to 2 p.m. 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. At the Halifax Town Hall, again, 499 Plymouth Street. And there's some other ones, too. If you're unable to make the April 9th one, there is one in June on Friday, June 4th. There's one in August on Friday, August 6th. There's one in October, the 15th of October. That is a Friday. And there is a Friday, November the 19th date as well at the same place. So, if you're unable to make that one, the upcoming one in April, please think about going to the other ones if you're able to. And there's also a blood drive in Taunton as well. Let me get that one up really quickly here. It will be at Christ Community Church in Taunton. And let me just very quickly get that up. It will be on the 16th of April. Christ Community Church, 41 Stephen Street in Taunton, Massachusetts, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that is Friday, April the 16th. 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., like I said. And the number to contact is 508-880-6202. To make an appointment, you can call that number. Again, 508-880-6202. All right. So, switch over to Dawn for a second. So, Dawn, how was your week this week?
Okay.
Just okay?
Yeah, well, just something on my mind. I just want to tell everybody here. On the way in, you put on a couple songs, and I suggested this song called by Charlie Daniels. It was the album he put out in 1994. It's called The Door, and we listened to a song called "Jesus Died for You," which is kind of a catchy tune, kind of fun-loving song. But The Door, which came out in 1994, is a religious album. And my friend Scott, who listens every week, taped it back in 94 on a 700 Club. And we had that particular, he had that particular VHS for years. And I think he ended up buying the album himself because he liked it so much. But the story behind that is, and I was watching the interview on the 700 Club. It was great. And they asked, why, Charlie, why did you do a religious album? Why did you do a Christian album? And he said his mother wanted him to do it because he was crazy. He was off his rocker as a being a musician and stuff, And that was what his mother wanted. And I guess at 94, his mother was still alive. And there's a lot of good stuff on that. So it's Easter. So that's why I thought of the song. And it's a great song. It's kind of a good album. So it's called The Door by Charlie Daniels. It's a Christian album. It's really good. I think it's the only one he ever made. But he made it for his mom. That was something he made for his mom. I'm not sure how much it sold because you go from country rock to a Christian album. But it's just like Charlie Daniels. He's just great. He's just awesome musician. So that's why I thought about that. I thought about Easter. I thought about Jesus died for you. That's pretty much the whole realm of Easter, right? To the cross and
yeah, it's a great song, and
it's upbeat too.
Definitely a song that everyone should go check out if they're a fan of Charlie Daniels. Maybe haven't heard any of The Door before. Definitely go check out that album. It is a very good album.
His one and only Christian album that he made, and it's really good. It's uplifting, and on Easter you want some uplifting music.
Definitely, yeah. Uplifting is very important.
I mean, if your person doesn't do church or doesn't go to church or whatnot, that's fine. But you still need something spiritual, in your soul and your heart. And I think that song did it for me. But there's a bunch of other good songs on there too.
Scott just messaged us on the Facebook. He said Charlie did another gospel album called Steel Witness.
Okay.
As well, and let me check that out. Steel Witness. And I wasn't aware of that one.
I wasn't either.
Yes, it is. Yes, he did. Stale Witness. And Stale Witness came out 1996.
Okay. A few years after The Door. That came out in 94, so maybe he did well. Maybe there was a market for it.
Yeah.
And he did another one, so who knows? Who knows what the market was? But I remember Scott finding that, and he says, "Gotta hear this." I was like, "What, Scott?" And he's like, "You gotta listen to this." So I watched it. He played it on the, and I loved it. First time I listened to the song, I fell in love with it. And it wasn't what I was really listening to. I wasn't listening to Christian music back in 94 when I was 1994 when I was 27 years old, 26 years old, you know. So that's not what I was listening to, but it was a great song. So I thank you, Scott.
All right, it's 7:19 a.m. I'm going to take a quick break, but before we want to take a quick break, we want to mention Williams Trading Post. Williams Trading Post is back.
They're back.
They're back, yes. They're back. They're open. And they are in their 72nd year. They are
72.
72nd year here in 2021. They have antiques, collectibles. They have a garden center, which sells Easter plants. So if you haven't bought any Easter plants, definitely go and buy some today because they are open today.
Going to the in-laws. Don't come empty-handed.
Yes, do not go empty-handed
show up
on
to
Easter.
dinner. Never show up empty-handed anywhere. That's what I was told.
Yes,
Bring something.
absolutely. That's important.
So bring some flowers for the yard or something for the house.
They also have things like fruit trees, hanging baskets. They have plants for mom, so that's a good thing to remember for Mother's Day that's coming up next.
And they're locally owned with knowledge. I mean, you can go to the big box stores, and you can go talk to some people. You might have some people who know about flowers, and then again, you may have people who don't.
Mm-hmm.
They look at you like with 15 heads, right?
Yes. They are open Monday through Wednesday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Thursday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So they are open. They opened back in March 25th. They're open until the day before 4th of July for the spring season. And then they're open again in September. Their number is 508-947-1598. And they are located at 556 Wareham Street in Middleboro, Massachusetts.
That's Route 28.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We are Middleboro in Review. You are listening to us on WVBF 1530 AM, 99.7 FM. We also have TuneIn, WVBF 1530. We also have a Facebook page, Middleboro in Review, a YouTube page, Middleboro in Review. We have an Audio Now number, 605-562-7958. That's our Audio Now number. And there are, like I mentioned, a whole bunch of different ways to listen to us. We will be right back. And we're going to talk a little bit about the food pantry when we return. We'll be right back. All right, perfect.
Spark Street Auto Body, located at 48 Spark Street in Brockton, Massachusetts, offers the highest quality collision repair and complete auto service for your car. They are a direct repair shop for all major insurance companies. You should reach them at 508-583-1495. They are open Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5, and 8 to 4 on Fridays. Call them today. You will not be disappointed. 508-583-1495.
Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our main source of aid to families in these communities is the food pantry. Open twice weekly on Wednesday and Saturday, clients can visit the pantry once a month and shop for their groceries. The pantry is open to everyone during the pandemic. Anyone affected by the COVID-19 crisis is welcome to register as a client with no income threshold.
I like this music.
Register by phone, just call
It sounds like
It's upbeat.
No, it sounds like a Carpenter's down
Carpenter?
creation. It's the Carpenter's song.
Hmm.
or others who are self-quarantined, we will shop for you and deliver the groceries
Carpenter.
directly to you.
Carpenter.
During the
I'll play a song
pandemic,
for you
we're
later.
taking all
Yeah.
necessary precautions for the safety of clients and volunteers, and have managed to remain open throughout
The
the
begin
crisis.
part.
Hi, this
Yeah.
is Ray Brown, inviting you to tune in to Talkin' Birds, a show about wild birds, birding, and conservation, right here on WVBF, broadcasting from the Taunton Federal Credit Union studios at 14 Church Green. Join us for informative interviews and fun information about birds and birding. It's Talkin' Birds, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sunday mornings at 9, here on WVBF, AM 1530 and 99.7 FM.
Hi, this is Jim Larkin. Hope you can join me every Sunday from noon to 2 o'clock here on WVBF, The Sounds of the Emerald Isle. We'll have some great Irish music, some folk, traditional, country, and contemporary, and sometimes some live singers in the studio. And to make you laugh, some Irish comedy. That's Sundays from noon to 2 right here on WVBF, 1532 Middleboro, and on the internet at hometowntalkradio.com.
Alright. Here we go. And we are back. Welcome back to Middleboro in Review. Today is Easter Sunday, April the 4th, 2021. This is the final Sunday in year number 2 of the show. And next Sunday we'll start year 3 of the show. The 2-year anniversary of the show is this upcoming Wednesday. So if you have time in your day on Wednesday, go check out the first ever program I did for the show. And
You have that on YouTube?
I have that on YouTube. I have that on my Facebook page.
Really?
Yes. First ever show I did, April 7th, 2019. I've come a long way from when I did that show. That show was a little rough. I'd have to say. I'd have to admit myself. That show was a little rough, but I over the past 2 years have worked on my skills, and I think I'm much better than I was on the air 2 years ago than I was on April 7th, 2019.
Well, it's one to be said that you're on the radio, so it's, you don't know how many people are listening. It could be 4 people listening, it could be 1 million people listening. You never know.
Yeah.
Who's listening, and you never know who's listening. So that's why you always got to be careful. Watch your P's and Q's, they say, right?
Exactly.
In the radio business, you got to be careful. And I was sitting here watching, I've been across from you for the last 2 years, watching you, supporting you. So I think it was difficult because the first day I was here, but I couldn't, because I didn't ask Tony. I didn't ask Tony if it was all right for me to jump in. Yeah, I didn't want to assume nothing. You never assume anything. You could always ask the boss.
Yeah.
Like you know now, you ask the boss. You call the boss.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right?
That's
Don't
important.
assume nothing.
That's important.
Call me.
In any profession.
Again.
It's
Joey.
very important. Call the
Joey.
boss.
Call me.
Yes, exactly. In any profession, that is extremely important.
Always
Call the boss.
Call the boss.
Call the boss.
Right.
And and you couldn't right away because you didn't ask right away.
I asked them the following week.
You had
I think
asked,
I was
yeah.
on the following week, but it kind of helps when you have a co-host.
Yeah.
But it's good if you can do it all by yourself too.
Which I have done it. I have done a couple of times.
Right.
The most recent time I remember is October.
Right.
October. So I did it back in October.
Right.
Actually, I think it was back-to-back weeks. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I did a show and in October that was Dress Me. All right.
I wasn't back in time. Yeah. I wasn't.
So.
Well, congratulations, Joe, from this side of the room.
Thank you so much, and year 3 will have a lot of great things. Let's hope.
The pandemic we hopefully lifting up, and hopefully at some point when it's safe and
we are currently working on getting a guest from the food pantry. We'll have more at the end of the week. I'll post something on Facebook confirming if next Sunday or any Sunday in the upcoming future we're going to have that particular guest. We've had him on before.
Right.
I mentioned Ray, yes. And we are going to have him on again.
He's the director, right?
Yes.
The food pantry?
Yes. We're going to have him on again in the upcoming future here this month. So stay tuned for that information. We have a phone call here on Middleboro in Review. Let us take that phone call. WVBF. Hello? Hello? Who is this? WVBF, Middleboro Review. Who is this? Thank you so much.
That's good.
Thank you so much. Happy Easter.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for calling. What's your name? Bill. Thank you for calling, Bill, and happy Easter to you.
Thank you so much, Bill.
All right.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Oh, I guess we got some listeners, huh?
Thank you. Thank you
Bill.
for calling in, Bill.
Awesome.
And
I don't think we've ever had someone just call them to thank us.
Yeah, and I enjoy doing this show and spreading information about Middleboro. Middleboro is very important to me. I've lived in Middleboro for a good portion of my life, and Middleboro is extremely important to me, and I love spreading information about Middleboro.
And we really like Taunton too.
And Taunton as well. I like the talking about Taunton as well. Any events that happen, anything that happens in Taunton, I like to talk about that as well.
And you had a lot of support too between the two management structures. Everyone helps you.
Yeah.
Everyone's really gone out of their way for you. I cannot thank the management structure of WBBF, from the past management structure to the new management structure. They've gone way out of their way for you.
Absolutely.
You're a good worker, and you make sure everything's covered. And you're a young age, so you're finding your way, I think, as far as how to talk and how to deal with how to juggle stuff. And that's something we all learn in life. So that's great because I'm grateful to them. Anybody, Tony, for Steve and Tony getting started, and for Mark keeping you and having confidence in you and you know.
Oh jeez.
Oh, wow, huh? Okay, stay out first day.
Sorry about that.
Is that a glitch?
Ooh, why is that loud? Oh, I'm
boy.
sorry about that.
That's
That is not good.
Okay.
Hold on. Why is that doing that?
We got a couple first day jitter bugs there, huh?
Why is that doing that?
I don't know.
Okay, I was trying to shut my mic off real quick so I can get something up, but
yeah, don't touch the mic. Just, you know.
I'm sorry about that, but I didn't want anyone
So
to possibly hear any clicks of me trying to get an article up for the next segment here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry about that. If anyone did, was listening on the radio and
yeah,
that was not good. I don't know why I did that.
Right.
But anyway,
Thursday jitters.
moving on. Okay, moving on. Like that never happened. We have some information about the food pantry and a donation from the food pantry, from a local business to the food pantry. The Middleboro Elks has donated to the food pantry, and they did this. This article was at the end of March, the 29th. On Saturday, March the 13th, the Sacred Heart Food Pantry received several generous donations from the Lodge of Elks in Middleboro. Flo, does that say Cadillac? I don't know if this is Cadillac or not, but if it is, or if it's not, I'm sorry. It just looks like it is. Or is it Flo? No, it's Flo Dillac? Flo Dillac. It looked like Flo Cadillac for a second. I'm not sure why. But the exalted ruler of Lodge 1274 and the Lodge's secretary as well made the presentations. Among the grants from the Elks were a $2,500 food pantry gratitude grant, a $500 Massachusetts Elks Charitable Trust donation, and a $375 Middleboro Elks Charity Award. So that is great to hear that, again, local people are helping the food pantry, the Middleboro Elks Lodge helping the food pantry. I think that's very important, especially during this trying time in the pandemic. Thoughts, Don?
Again, I mean, you reported on the Eastern Bank a few months ago.
Yes.
They did a donation. So I think people are picking up the... I think they're doing really good. Hopefully they're doing really good. And with shows like this and radio stations like this promoting the food pantry on a weekly and daily basis, it's getting out there. The message is getting out to everybody. And people listen, and we keep talking about it. Hopefully it will work out. And then, like I said, hopefully we'll have Ray on now. I think he'll call. I mean, he said he would when we talked to him. I mean, obviously it's Easter, so he has things going on today. A lot of people have.
A lot of people have things going on today. But yes, I'm going to be calling him this upcoming week, and we are going to set up a time.
I'd say most likely.
Most likely it will. Most likely it will be next week.
Yeah.
So we will again when we know for sure, we will let everyone know.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Middleboro also honored a veteran. The American Legion honored a veteran. Middleboro's Richard L. Gideon was honored. Navy World War II pilot has been recognized by the National American Legion for his 75 years of continuous membership. Family members of Gideon attended a special ceremony awarding the World War II Navy veteran a 75-year certificate of continuous membership by the American Legion at a program staged at the All-American Assisted Living Facility in Raynham. The certificate is signed by the National American Legion Commander, James W. Oxford. Family members attending the event were his great-grandson, Edward Dahlstedt. Hope I'm saying that correctly. And also his grandson as well, an Army First Sergeant. And there were some other important people there as well to honor him. I think this is a very great honor for him. Navy pilot, served this country, and congratulations.
Greatest generation.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. We have 7:40 a.m. And I hope that when I shut my mic off for the break that there's no weird noises here. But moving on.
That's why you leave a note for Chris.
That, yes,
if it continues to do it, you gotta leave a note for Chris.
Yes, I think it's just because I forgot to do something.
You forgot.
But, yes, but
not you.
Well, I can't be perfect, but yeah, we got a break. We have a break coming up here. It is 7:45 currently, and we will take a break here in just a second. We have a couple commercials to do, and we'll be right back here on Middleboro Review. Good, no weird noises this time. Don't know what that was.
I think
it was because something was on over here.
Well, you know what? I think from here
but
on in,
it's okay.
We should just read everything on the air, and then all your articles just have them in paper form.
Yeah. That's what I did before, and I don't know what happened. I wasn't able to print one week, and boom, well, it's been working better this way, but yeah, we're gonna try to go back to that.
Well, I'm not sure. Did you hear the clicking or not?
No, I doubt it. I doubt it, but I just wanted to make sure.
No one's ever said anything.
No one has said anything.
Chris has never said anything. Believe me, if there's something that Chris didn't like, he'll let you know.
Oh, why did I let that play all the way? I am sorry. I don't know why I let that play all the way.
What's that, 30 seconds?
Yeah, about a minute.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we were talking about it. 30 seconds.
Whatever. It was 45 seconds or something like that. We were talking.
And seashells. They also have certified playground.
The only... I think you can hear the clicking via the Facebook, but that's about it. I don't think you can hear it. I just wanted to have that off because I'm not talking. I'm trying to get up something, so. But I don't know why that happened there, but my bad. That will not happen again, hopefully. That won't happen this show. But the rest of the show, I promise. That usually doesn't happen.
Protecting the loved ones around you and others. This is real breakthrough. This is amazing. The vaccines are our best shot at putting this pandemic to rest and to go away.
So rather than playing Russian roulette with our lives, rather than even just taking a chance that, oh, it's okay, I invite you, come, please, get the vaccine.
I'm so happy that I received it and I can protect myself and I can protect my family and my loved ones.
Got questions? Visit getvaccineanswers.org. A message from the Ad Council and WVBF.
All
right.
Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our
Okay, what do I have left to talk about? Oh, yeah.
is to help veteran care facilities provide a
Reopening schools.
shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad.
And I'm not going to talk about the Amtrak today.
You don't have enough time?
I don't think I have enough time.
Areas now. We sponsor
Because I want more than 10 minutes to talk about it.
many motorcycle-related charity events each year.
Well, I don't know. Depending on how long this next segment thing takes, so.
To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support
Because we still have one ad to play. Here.
.org.
Come on, there we go.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our base of operations is in the lower level of the parish hall on Oak Street, directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in
I
Middleboro.
think I know why.
At
This
this time, we serve approximately
is
500
down.
families in
This
the
has to be
vicinity.
down
Many
because it
have
will
come to us with
have feedback if that. Okay.
This can take many
No, I
forms
figured it out.
and include
The
following programs: utilities,
the Q button's gonna be all the way down, and the phone thing is gonna be all the way down too. After you get off the phone, because you'll get. I think you'll get feedback that way. Okay, I figured it out. All right. There's a Q button over here that needs to be all the way down, and then there's a headphones button that needs to be all the way down, because if you don't do that, you'll probably.
Well, you just got off the phone.
Yeah, and you'll probably get feedback. So okay, I think I figured it out. Okay, I figured it out. That won't happen again. Figured it out. All right, 7:45. And welcome back to Middleboro in Review. As I put up Dawn's mic here, I didn't put it up here before, when I usually before at the end of the break I put Dawn's mic up, but
sometimes that's by design, right? Not putting up my mic, right?
Before the end of the break I put it. Yeah, I put your mic up, but
Well,
I don't know. You
don't want me ranting like 5 minutes before the show ends.
As I get everything ready to go for the next segment, 7:46 a.m. I want to do a quick little program note here because it is Easter. We have a bunch of great programming coming up after we get off the air. At 8:05 we have Bread of Life, the Bread of Life program with Pastor Ortez Vancross. Today he will present an Easter message, Jesus Christ the Goat, and that will be at 8:05 this morning, right after the news, right after the USA Radio News. At 8:30 we have the Rosary. At 9 o'clock we have Talking Birds with Ray Brown, and a great program if you have interest about birds and anything, any kind of bird topics, any bird-related topics. If you have an interest in that, take a listen to the show. It's very, very good, and you will learn a lot about birds that you might not have known before. At 9:30, we have Keys of the Kingdom. At 10 o'clock, we have All on God with Edna Isaac. At 11 o'clock, we have a special Easter Musical Odyssey program, Music for Easter. You'll hear names like Bach and many others here on that program. So tune in at 11 to listen to some very great Easter classical music. At noon, you will hear Sounds of the Emerald Isle. I'm sure Jim will also have a little bit of Irish Easter music and comedy as well on his show. And at 2 o'clock, Stand Up Strong with Ed Miller and Tony Branch closes out the Easter Sunday programming for WVBF, but not for 1530 because the radio, the Talking Information Center, will continue throughout the day. I think they will have some special programmings for Easter as well. They usually have the shows and video programs that they put on, the radio plays that they put on during days like Easter and stuff like that. So they will probably have a couple of special programmings throughout the rest of the afternoon. And then tomorrow morning, join Chris Keach for the Morning Wake Up News. Jim DuPont will be on as well tomorrow. So a lot of great programming during the week here on WVBF. All right, 7:49 a.m. here, and we're going to talk a little bit about school reopening. A full reopening is going to be taking place starting this month. The State Department of Elementary and Secondary Education will require schools to shift back to in-person learning with no more hybrid-style learning where students are dividing their time with virtual classes. Full remote learning from home will still be offered to students for families who don't yet want their kids in that setting for at least the remainder of this school year. The state plan is for the change back to be done in segments. The elementary schools returning will return in April 5th. And that is tomorrow. So starting tomorrow, schools will reopen. The high schools will be probably sometime in May. And the middle schools will switch back on April the 28th. So these are all the dates. So high school will happen in May. The full return of high school will happen in May. The middle school, the 28th of April, and elementary schools will open back up tomorrow morning. So, thoughts on this, Don?
Are they extending the year?
They are extending the ability to, if you don't want your children in the setting and back to school setting.
No, I said that. You heard that, but I'm
yes.
saying, are they extending the year?
No, I do further? Not. No, I do not believe they are extending the school year. So the high
school students who go back in May, obviously, it's probably not going to be seniors because they've done them for a few weeks in May.
It may not be. It may not be seniors.
They're looking at it like a month.
I don't know. I was talking to Paul Lazarovich. He thinks that the seniors will go back before they're supposed to be done. So
probably for the rest of the school.
For the rest of the school, so there may be some time where they do get to be in the new school.
Because seniors usually get out early. I mean, when you were a senior, you got out around the 12th of May?
Yeah, it was around the third week of May.
Yeah, I think it was sooner than that. I think it was the second week of May. I think it was the 16th.
No, it was right around the third week.
Okay, so
because there was a week towards the towards the end of May that we did graduation ceremony, graduation stuff, practices, the last assembly and stuff like that, which was towards the end of May. I believe senior prom was beginning of June, stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's good.
That's coming up tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, there will be full reopening of schools.
Better late than never, right? That's good. At least they got a template of how they're gonna run everything, and they'll kind of know if there's an issue. If the cases don't go up, then they'll probably be all set for September.
Yes, so they will monitor this carefully.
Yep.
to see if the numbers go up.
Well, they want to do a template. That's why they're doing it so. I mean, a lot of people say why.
And also, that's why they're going to do it in segments as well. They can't do it all back together really quickly.
Well,
like this.
they got to see. They got to see if there's an issue.
Yeah.
But they need a template. They need to. I think they kind of need to do it this year so they can set up.
They can set up
for next
what
year.
what they want to do for next year. Yeah.
It's September. They don't want to have to pull kids out of school.
No.
September, October.
No.
You want this to be over and done with.
Yeah.
So I think they still need to figure it out in a way.
I think depending on the numbers, like I said, depending on the numbers, depending on the number of people vaccinated, they may give the option to do the virtual stuff for people who are still not comfortable to go back to the school setting.
Right. But
they may.
At some point,
just depending on the numbers.
I think at some point that's going to end.
It will
It's
end.
gonna end.
But like I said, it may not even happen in September.
At some point, they're gonna deem it safe.
Yep.
And say we're open. And if you still don't want to go by, then I think you might have to self-educate your children. That's at that point. And so I'm sure some people will do that. Some people out there are totally petrified still, petrified of this coronavirus thing. So, and I understand why, but I've worked every day since it, delivering oil, and you've been doing your show, and stations open.
Yep.
Gas stations are open, restaurants are open,
Yep.
supermarkets are open. There's stuff getting done. So.
And now stadiums are reopening
Right.
at 12% capacity, but they are reopening.
Right.
What is also getting back to business is the NCAA championship game. It is back. It is better than ever. It is 1 versus 1. 1 seed versus 1 seed. Baylor Bears will take on Gonzaga tomorrow night in the men's basketball tournament. I am excited for this matchup. I want to see Baylor win very, very badly.
It boils down to this one game.
Yes. This is the championship game. I really want to see Baylor win.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
It's always on a Monday. It's funny how they don't run it on the weekend.
Championship games for colleges are always on a Monday, and I do not understand why. Because why would it be on a Monday? I mean, it would be better if it was on a Sunday or a Saturday.
Well, I think
more people would watch.
In all fairness,
I think. I don't know.
I think in all fairness, in April, usually you have baseball games starting up, and you have the NBA. Right? Usually running full. So I mean, I think
usually those are towards the end of their years.
Well, I think any kind of TV executive, whenever this rule was implemented, was years ago. They're like, look, you got to do it on Monday because we got to do our basketball. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
And
NBA, we got to do our NBA. That's what I meant to say.
What also doesn't make much sense to me is why is the women's basketball on? Why is it tonight? Why is it not tomorrow before the men's basketball game? Why aren't they together? Why isn't it together?
I don't know.
So that you can watch one game and then you can watch another game in quick succession.
Yeah, it has everything to do with probably the broadcasting, the scheduling.
It doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know why.
It doesn't make sense, but I mean, they make a lot of money on the NBA.
Yeah.
Over the last 40. How long has the NBA been around?
A long time.
Okay. So,
a very long time.
So the NBA's got all these games on Sundays. So if they had the college game, then the audience would be going to the college and not watching the NBA. So the viewership would be down.
Yeah, and real quick, the women's basketball championship game will be Stanford, the Stanford Cardinal, versus the Arizona Wildcats. A very interesting matchup because usually you'd see a team like Connecticut in there. And no UConn. Connecticut lost. Connecticut was beaten by Arizona pretty convincingly as well, and I am surprised that happened. Arizona is definitely the underdog here. Stanford is a very good team, and I don't know a lot about Arizona, and I'm going to have to go in this matchup with Stanford to win it all. Because I don't know a lot about Arizona Wildcats. I know quite a bit more about the women's basketball team of Stanford. I know that they are very good, and I think they can beat Arizona. All right, we need 7:58 here. We're going to do quick Today in History here. One second here. In the year 1818, the United States Congress, affirming the Second Continental Congress, adopts the flag of the United States with 13 red and white stripes and 1 star for each state. No, 20 at that time. 1841, William Henry Harrison dies of pneumonia, becoming the first president of the United States to die in office, setting the record for the briefest administration. John Tyler would succeed him. In 1887, Argonia, Kansas, elects Susanna M. Salter as its first female mayor. And she is the first female mayor in the United States. So, April 4th, 1887, the United States elects its first female mayor. 1968, April 4th, Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated at a motel in Memphis by James Earl Ray. Birthdays on this day: Bill France Jr. He's an American businessman. He is the son of Bill France, who is the co-founder or founder of NASCAR. 1928, Monty Norman. He is an English singer, songwriter, and producer. He is well known for the James Bond theme. Gary Moore, born on this day in 1952, Northern Irish singer, songwriter, and guitarist, well known for being the guitarist of Thin Lizzy. Jack Del Rio, former Jacksonville Jaguars coach, born on this day in 1963. 1965, Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., born on this day. Iron Man. He is having a birthday today. In 1979, legendary actor Heath Ledger. He's an Australian actor, best known for playing the best version of the Joker. The best version of the Joker. His Joker was the best. The best. Close second is Joaquin Phoenix. But Heath Ledger,
that Joker
he
movie
did
that
he
came
did
out
so
2 years
good.
ago? Oh my god,
he did so good.
That was the best performance I've ever seen.
And he prepared for it phenomenally.
That was a dark movie.
It was.
It was really good.
It was, and so was the most recent one as well, the newest Joker as well. It was a very dark.
I think there's
very dark
more.
movie.
I think there's gonna be more.
I think there will be, and I think there will be a mixing of Harley Quinn and Joker as well coming up, hopefully soon. I'd like to see that. All right, we are going to go to the USA Radio News, and bye-bye, everyone. We'll see you next week, April 11th.
Happy Easter.
News. I'm going to do a 3-minute news, and then we'll be good to go. Okay, thank you everyone for listening. Next week will be April 11th. We will most likely have a guest from the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry to call in next week. So we will talk to you next week.